So we were always in action. They sent us after a mortar unit, a Viet Cong mortar unit that was very effective. We could see the flashes at night, and they would be hitting our support agencies, artillery and this and that. And they would always be firing at night. And so we went out, tried to find them, and we found them. And but the thing was, they had a constructed base in South Vietnam, and they weren't going to leave it. It was really well built. They had a zigzag trench lines and bunkers and camouflage and stuff that we'd never seen before. And they were big and strong. And they had the elevation, and we went after them, and they tore us apart because they were stronger than we were. I called for artillery, and it was denied. And they said, no, you can't have artillery because it could very easily be injuring friendlies. And I said, geez, what do we got? I couldn't get air. I couldn't get artillery. My Marines were pinned down. I got out there behind my Marines, and when they were on their bellies, this fire was coming from them from concealed positions. And finally, the firing stopped, and I figured the guy had to run out of ammunition. He had been firing for 30 minutes, steady. And then I could see from my position where he was when he got out of his fighting hole. And he stood there for a moment. And I went a little bit insane. I should have never have done this. I ran forward through where my Marines were pinned down, and I asked them to cover me. And I ran up to where this guy was. And his back was to me. He was wanting somebody to give him some more ammunition. And he was taller than I was. And I said, this is unusual. And as he turned, he had a smile on his face until he saw the 45 pointed at him, point blank. And the smile disappeared, and he knew he was going to die. And he tried to reach for the last of his ammunition, and I killed him. And then I grabbed his AK-47 and ran like hell because I knew somebody was going to come up there and help him. Well, this was a turning point in my life. When it's easy to kill somebody you hate that's trying to kill you from afar. But this guy was defenseless.
How close was he?
And he was happy at one moment, and then he knew he was going to die. I could just see it in his face, and I knew I couldn't hesitate because he would find a way to either get away or get me. So I put 4 or 5 rounds in him and grabbed it and ran. And I thought about that afterwards. If he had been able to, we had a common language, I would try to get him as a POW. I didn't want to kill him because I knew he probably had a family at home just like I did. And I said, maybe I'm not a killer, but I'm still a good Marine. I thought about that a long time. I carried that AK a long time.
How close were you to him when you
I must have been probably about 6 to 8 feet.
That close.
That 45, you fired them before. That's a killer. That'll put them down.
Yeah.
You hit them anywhere, it's going to impact them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love that weapon.